Here's my point. I've got actually the easiest one ever. Whereas normally I'll try to go for a big point to make it. I thought I'd actually just go for like what does sound like a whack sort of like gift card level 1, which is I'm just happy CSGO is back. That's the good for me. I know it sounds like some wholesome shit, doesn't it? But the reason I say it is this. Because I'm not a player, it's true if you're at events you get a bit burned out, but it's not the same as being a player. Because I'm not a player, I've always said I'm very selfish. Like I'm not one of the people who's like, the game's oversaturated. Like if Team Liquid and Astralis really were the best like a few years ago, I did want to see them play every single week. Like I'm just mad for it in that sense. But I will say, like, even though I understand that we need the breaks, it still feels like a long time, a whole month without any CS. I know there was the We Play thing, but that isn't the same. Like, we're having no CS at all, because, dude, even player breaks, like, they've gotten longer over the years. Like, people actually honour them now and don't do tournaments. Sometimes people would run the odd tournament at the end of a player break, like sneak in the last week or something. Like, if people remember MIBR won that bullshit tournament like Asia a few years back where it was like that. It was like, should that really have been run? But whatever. So I have to say, it feels really weird, because I've always said the perfect format for me in Counter-Strike is I wish the circuit was like Formula 1, basically. I wish every month you had like a massive tournament and then you had a couple of weeks off where, we could make content. You could have like breather if you're a player. But the idea is there'd be like a consistent schedule of like, you always compete. Always. Whereas at the moment in CS, it's like you either just every day you're just assaulted by CS in your eyes. You can't possibly watch all the games. Or it's like a fucking ghost town with like the fucking tumbleweed blood. And there's like nothing going on, and then there's like Maui Snake with like some fucking guy like, hello, I'm 14. It's like, well, just watch this guy play, I guess, then it's about all we can do. So as bad as it sounds, just sit, that's right, like a young boy, just CSGO being back has me happy. What do you think, Apex? CSGO's back.
Well, yeah, I understand your points, and I agree. I mean, having a big tournament every month would be something much better. Because when you're mainly online, when you follow all this CS, you don't know where you are. I remember RPK playing tournament online last year, and he didn't know where we were at which point. Like in semi-final, were we in group stage? At what point? And he even didn't know, because it was like so many tournaments in a row.
Yes.
And obviously in 2020 we went like really far in every tournament.
Yes.
So we had no breaks at all. It just was like a tournament over tournament over tournament. So yeah, I mean, having like this month, for example, when you have such a terrifying schedule, this month of break is needed, and I think for everyone, obviously, mainly for the old guys like me on CS. When you have a long career behind you, it just put more and more tiredness in, and now I just feel good to play again. But yeah, I mean, we could have done much better in the format. I mean, the tournament could have done much better with the formats and all the stuff. Having one big tournament a month will be like something really good. And yeah, but we're not still there, and I don't think we'll ever be. So.
Fair enough. Maristek, what do you think about the return of CSGO?
It's great in that I get to do my job again. I get to watch stuff. Yeah, I feel like the one a month thing strikes better for me, because this whole player break, even though I was working the We Play Academy League, and that was cool, like that was fine, but it kind of felt like for the rest of the scene there wasn't really any hype or build up to anything, because I mean, Pro League's happening right now, but it's the groups, and people, you can kind of give or take. The groups they're always something watchable, but they're never like going to draw everybody's attention. But a long break like this, I mean, it's probably better that it's leading to an ESL Pro League groups, because if it leads to something like a major, I mean, we saw how teams just kind of fell off after that is bad. That's always
really
bad.
Bad.
Yeah, it's nice to get a reboot with just something that's a little bit more gradual like this. But I do think that if it were, like the break does feel kind of long, and in a way, it's not needless because of how much CS was being played by the top tier pros, but it just kind of leaves something like to be desired in terms of, is this really the best format? Like, I already like your idea better, but maybe that's just a grass is always greener kind of situation where I just think that this player break was a little too long.
Sure. Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.